Hi there, welcome to Gong Show Garage. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the BE pressure pump. So this one here is one I bought about 5-6 years ago, and I've got a bit of a philosophy on it. The BEs are great pumps. They make great pumps, but what they do is they put another person's motor on it. So a lot of them will come with the Honda engine. The Honda engine's great. As you can see over here, I have this Honda one as well. It's the old style bottom fed pump. So these ones I like to call are a little bit more disposable. It's harder to change the oil on the bottom. They don't really talk about doing it, so most people don't. So you're getting maybe 2, 3, 5 years of tops out of one of these. But the motor will last you probably 50 years because of great Honda engines. So why would you put a 50-year engine on a 5-year pump? I just don't understand it. So when I bought this one, I thought, well, I'll go with the offshore engine on it. If it lasts me 20 years, I'm ahead of the game. So this one's been great. I've did a compression test on it. It's still up there. I've ran it for about 5 years. I've had no problems with it. And it's got the better BE pump. So even if this is a 25-year motor on here, and I got a 15-year pump, I'm still ahead of the game. So you don't get stuck with stuff like this in your shed going, what the hell do I do with it, right? So what I did is I did take that pump apart and I did get it running again, but it's not as good as this one. So I went out and bought this one. So what we're going to do in this video today is we're going to actually be changing the motor oil and the pump oil. I work in a store where we sell a lot of this kind of stuff and people are very confused about it. So I'll show you on this one here. Now, all pumps are a little bit different. Some of them you have to take out this glass sight and refill it through the glass sight, get the pump level, put the glass back in and get the pump level and see if it's at the right amount. If not, you got to turn it again and try again. And it's also got, this one here, it's got a filler tube on the top. And this one here has got a drain plug on the bottom, so I don't have to tilt it all out to drain it out of here. It's got the drain plug down here, and the size of that one is a 13/16. So this is separate here. We're going to put the oil in here, we're going to verify the level there, and we're going to drain it out of there. This motor actually comes with dipsticks on either side, which is kind of handy, but this is the drain plug down here. It's got a drain plug on either side, that's because they're an offshore engine. They're meant for multiple uses. So right here, I'll try and get my hand in there so you can see it a little bit better. That's the drain plug. And the size of that one is a 10 mil or 3/8. And they got a cutout here so you can drain the oil out. So in our video today, what we're going to do is we're going to change the pump first, and then we're going to get back to the motor oil. If you watched our lawnmower video, you'll know I'm a fanatic for putting either the Duralube or the Slick 50 in, which protects the metals. And this one here protects the oil. A lot of controversy whether it makes a difference or not, but I'm telling you, my Dart, my cars, my Magnum, my pressure washer, I do this treatment in all our vehicles. We never have a problem with it. So I run synthetic oil. You can get from Canadian Tire, you can get their Formula 1, which is a decent synthetic oil, or you can get this one. But the pumps always recommend that you run a 30 weight oil, which is 1030, which is fine. The pump oil takes a non-detergent mineral oil. This one here, I picked it up today from Home Depot. It was 15 bucks, 14 something or whatever. And it's from BE, it's for that pump. For the last couple of years, every time I've changed the oil, I've just gone down and bought anything that has non-detergent motor oil, 30 weight. I find that it works fine, but you got to make sure that you don't use motor oil. It's a totally different animal. Motor oils have a lot of detergents in them, and when you have gasoline engines and stuff like that from the combustion, you have all kinds of contaminants that go past the rings and into the oil, and that's why you have high detergents, is to pull that away, suspend it into the oil, and put it through the filter. These don't have to deal with any of those carbons or any of that kind of issues because there's no blow-by from any motor or anything like that. This is strictly pumping. So it's kind of like hydraulic in a kind of way, but anyway, the most important thing is use non-detergent mineral oil, 30 weight. This one I got at Canadian Tire, but if you want to get it at Home Depot, Lowe's, or any of those places, you can get the original BE pump oil. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to change the pump oil. Like I said earlier, it's a 13/16 wrench. Going by Braille here. And we're just going to loosen that off. Now I'm probably going to make a bit of a mess. As you can see, my driveway loves my pressure washer because I always get oil all over the place. So I'm going to stick this under there as best as I can. And as you can see, that oil's coming out is pretty gross. And if you look on here, you can see the back of the bolt was absolutely black. And what that is moisture does get inside the pump after a while, and it breaks down, and that's what causes the oil to go that color. So I'm going to keep an eye on this pump just to make sure that I don't have any problems with it. What I'm going to do is we're going to let that drain. And we're going to come back to it when we go to put this back in and refill it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe down the plug. There's a gasket on here, so what I'm going to do is I'm either going to put a new O-ring on it, or I'm just going to inspect it, make sure it's in good shape before I put it back on. But yeah, look at that. It's pretty bloody black. It's almost like motor oil. So I am going to definitely take a close look and see why that's like that. So as you can see, I've already inspected and either A, cleaned them up or replaced the O-rings. That's on the filler on the top. It's a drain plug in the bottom. It's all cleaned up, blown off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour some fresh pump oil. I know it's a bit of a waste, but I'm just pouring some right through the whole unit. Yeah, it's starting to run a lot clearer now. It's still coming out a little bit dark, but it's coming out a lot clearer. So what I didn't talk about earlier is I put a level on here so you can see that I have it tilted back towards that. But when you come back over around to this side, you'll see the sight glass is empty. So what we're going to do is we're going to jack the pump back up a level just so that it's level. We'll put so that the oil is halfway through the glass. You don't really need to do this if your ground is level. Your ground is level, but because we do everything here in Gong Show Garage on my uneven driveway, which is a kind of a safety issue, we just want to make sure that the pump oil is straight across that line. You can tell when you go to check it, if it's high on one side, you know your pump is not level. But anyway, you just want to make sure it's halfway across there. You do not want to overfill your pump. I'm probably overfilling it. And I'm just going to make sure that it's snug tight with my 13/16 wrench. And you can see it's starting to come in. So it's going to need a little bit more. And as you can see, we put a level on it just to show you that you want to have it level. But because our driveway is such an angle, we thought we'd just do that for posterity. Okay, as you can see, this motor has two plugs, one for this side and the dipstick is on the other. I already cleaned them all up, checked the O-rings on them, make sure they're fine. This is a 3/8 drain plug hole. How black is it?
Very.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to let that drain for a bit. I'm going to go clean up the plug, make sure that the nylon gasket is still in good shape, and we're going to clean it up and fill it back up. So I'm going to use our secret recipe, and I'm just going to put a splash of the Lucas in, not a heck of a lot, because remember it's a small crankcase. So I just put a gob of that in there. Splash of the Duralube. This is synthetic oil too, just got more additives. And what we'll do is we'll top it up. Okay, now that we've got our oils changed in our pump and our motor, what we've done now is we've filled it up with water, and what I do is I shake the pump back and forth to make sure that there's no air in the pump. And as you can see, I run it down the driveway to siphon out. I tie a rag to it just to make sure that I've got no air in any of the lines and it's running. So what I'll do is I'm going to get my neighbor to hold that piece while we get it running. So there you go, that's our video on how to change the motor oil and the pump oil on most of the BE pressure washers, or most pressure washers that have a separate pump. Anyway, thank you very much for watching Gong Show Garage. Please hit like, subscribe, and if you got any more comments or feedback, please put them in the comment lines. Remember, we're all here to help each other out. Thank you very much for watching Gong Show Garage, and have a great day.